Hi, my name is Marin, and I'm here to share with you some movements that you can do for core fitness. The first movement we have is a plank. In order to do a plank, find comfortable space on the floor or on an exercise mat and get in push-up position, making sure that your body is completely aligned. Your hips are straight, they're neither up or down, keeping that core extremely tight, and then bring your feet together and your elbows down on the ground. Hold this position for as long as you can or for as long as your exercise time says, and make sure you're breathing deeply and keeping your body flat while you engage your core muscles. Squeezing your glutes also helps. The next exercise we have is a side plank. I like sitting on my side, just like this, getting my elbow in position directly underneath my shoulder, hand flat out in front of me, extending my legs and putting the opposite hand on my hip. I squeeze my core and focus on bringing this hip up to the sky. Nice exhale as you squeeze up. Does a lot of good to support your spine and make sure that you're engaging the muscles that you need to. And just so you're not hurting your back. And then keeping that core engaged, glutes engaged, everything aligned, making sure your butt's not sticking out in the back just by squeezing those glutes. Relax here in side plank. The next movement we have is bird dog. Getting on all fours, make sure your wrists are aligned beneath your shoulders, knees beneath your waist or your hip bones. And you're going to extend one leg back and the opposite arm forward, keeping your core tight, glutes tight. Your head is in a neutral position. It's neither looking up too high or sinking down too low. Then you're going to switch sides, keeping that core nice and engaged and exhaling with each movement. For standing bicycle crunches, make sure you stand in a neutral position with your feet shoulder width apart. Bring both hands behind your head, keeping the core extremely tight. Make sure you exhale, and while engaging the core, as if somebody's going to punch you, you're really squeezing those muscles. You're going to lift your knee up and meet the elbow to the top of the knee. Switch sides, and make sure you do this really focusing your intention on squeezing your core and not really about kicking up your knees. For the seated leg lifts, find a comfortable position on the floor. Extend both of your legs out in front of you. Feel free to place your hands wherever they're most comfortable to support your torso. You don't have to be completely flexible or upright for this. Just focus on using your core and squeezing your abs as you exhale and lift one leg off the ground as high as you can. It doesn't have to go very far. Just make sure you're feeling it in your core. You're going to feel a little bit in your hips, and just get the ankles off the ground. Exhale as you do so. For the next movement, we have the reverse crunch. Lay down in a comfortable position on your back, feet flat on the floor with your knees bent. Your hands are right beside you, palms face down. And using your core muscles, you really want to make sure that you're engaging the core. You're going to exhale, lift the feet off the ground, bring your knees toward your chest, and at the top, give your abs an extra squeeze. Make sure that it's squeezing from your abs and it's not just coming from the momentum of your legs. Here's what it'll look like. For the wood chop movement, you can use any weight, whether it's a dumbbell or a 4 or 5 pound medicine ball. If you don't have any weights, feel free to use a milk jug or a water jug. Any weight that you can get a handle on, you can do a wood chop. First, starting in a neutral position with your feet about shoulder width apart, bring your weight over one shoulder, holding it with both of your hands. Using your core, sit into a squat position as you bring the weight down, crossing over your torso and having it on the other side right here. As you stand up, you're going to squeeze your glutes, squeeze your core the whole time you're doing this, and exhale. Nice controlled motion going up and down. Make sure you get a really good twist at the base before switching sides. The last movement we're going to do is a floor bridge. Finding a comfortable position on the ground, lay flat on your back with your palms down on the ground, hands beside you. Feet are flat on the floor, knees are bent. I like to bring my feet as close to my glutes as possible. I feel like it gives me a good range of motion. And squeezing my glutes and my core with a nice big exhale, I lift my hips up towards the sky. I'm just going to hold this position for as long as necessary, but I'm going to maintain focus on continuing to squeeze my glutes and my core and continuing to really push up towards the sky so that my hips don't start to sag. Nice deep breaths as you stay here. So I hope you enjoyed those core fitness movements. My name is Marin, and thank you for watching.